Well, good morning guys. I'm out here now, anchored up, perfect conditions, perfect tides. There's no excuses today. I've got the right baits and everything, so hopefully if there's fish here, then I should be likely to catch either bass, Gilthead Bream, and perhaps a small smoothhound. So it's more of a little fun light ledgering session, fairly close inshore. Just fishing around a few features this morning and hopefully find some fish. I'll quickly give you a run through the setup I'm going to be using and how I'm prepping my baits. So the setup I'm going to be using today is my 8 to 12 pound ugly stick rod. You might remember in some of my older videos last year and that I was using this setup, and I was using it with an Abu 6.5 on there. And I've changed that now for a Penn Spin Fisher live liner, so a bait runner. I think that will come in handy today. So the rig I'm going to be using today, guys, is the usual down here, running ledger. This time I've got a Cox and Rule down tide boom with a trapped bead in the middle going down to a clip swivel, and then on the clip end I've just clipped 25 pound amnesia trace down to a pennel of 1/0 chinu hooks. So that's the rig I'm going to be using today. Right then guys, so the bait on offer today is lugworm and razor clam, razor fish, whatever you want to call it. That's what I've got today. The lugworm I dug yesterday, and the razor clam is frozen stuff that I took out the freezer yesterday afternoon. So it's all defrosted. You can smell it a bit as well, but that's not a bad thing. So I've just thread up a little bit of razor clam up the line there. So now that I've done that, I'm going to chuck up a bit of lug. So I'm just threading the lugworm through the head, up the hook, and just sliding it up the line. Do that with like 3 or 4 lug, and then once that's all on, I just pull it all down like that, so it all bunches up. Then my top hook that's sliding, it's not actually tied on, it's just slid up the line, slide all the way down, compress that down, and then wrap the line around the hook a couple of times, and then just thread it into the top of the bait. The only difference here is most guys thread that on and then hook it into the top of a bait that's bait elastic. If there's loads of crabs down there, I'll chuck it on, but that is the bait I'm going to be using today. A bit of razor fish, razor clam, and a lugworm cocktail. That's going to be the first one I lob out, and I'll do exactly the same with the other one. So that's the first bait out, just lobbing it down tide. Give it a bit of line, get that bait runner on. Just get this one lobbed out. That'll do. Just a couple of yards in front of the kayak. Don't want to go too far because we've got a reef there. That should do it. Bait runner on. And there we go, that's both baits out now. One worm bait, one razor clam cocktail. So we'll go for that and see how it goes. Getting some good bites on this one, guys. I think this is a Gilthead Bream. A really good thump, really aggressive bites then. Okay, leave that one out for now. That's a good sign. Really good thumps there on the rod tip. It's like bang, bang, bang. Sometimes they usually just pluck once and then they'll come back for it, and then just the rod will just arch over. But that holding that rod then, I could feel it. It definitely wasn't a bass. Definitely wasn't a bass. I'm 99.9% sure that was a Gilthead Bream. Well, no bait left on that one, guys, and I'm going to resort to chucking on some bait elastic. I've already bait elasticed a couple of baits together anyway. Just pre-made some in case the fishing picked up. Again, going for a lug and razor combo. give this one a little flick again. That'll do, just there. I don't like to fish on the kayak with the line straight down, because what you tend to do is swing in the tide and your line's just doing that all the time. So if you cast out a little bit, give it a little bit of slack line, and then get the bait runner on, and your bait should stay in position as best it can. But if you've just dropped it straight down, as soon as the kayak moves, your bait's going to be moving like that. And it'd be good in some aspects, but today I want it a few yards off the kayak and then static in its position, and then when the kayak moves, it's just a little slight bend on the rod tip. It might drag the lead a couple of inches or so, but it shouldn't move it too much. Well, I hope I got that on footage, but just got a nice one there, nice gilthead. It's probably about 2.5 pounds maybe, so that's a good sign for things to come in the session. So just need to get the hooks out. I had to cut the line because he's swallowed the hooks, but that's not a bad one. Yeah, happy with that. Had that gilthead, chucked out 2 more fresh baits, and within about 5 minutes, whilst getting some weed off one of the other rods, it just went absolutely over, and the line was pouring off the reel. It sounded like a good fish. Picked it up, struck it, felt like a good fish, and then it just dropped it straight away. So probably had a bad hook hold, but I'm feeling a bit more confident now. Could be a few decent ones around actually, and I'm getting bites on this one now as we speak. Prominent thuds. I don't think this is a big fish. Looks like a gilthead. Yeah, looks like a gilthead to me. Just going to click it into gear. Definitely a gilthead. There we go. Doesn't feel as big as the last one. It's going alright, but I've loosened the clutch a bit. Oh, it might be better than the first one actually. Similar size, I think. Maybe even bigger. There we go. That's another one in the net. Woo! Hey! Oh, there we go. Bonus. Hooks out. Can get him on the keep net. And I think we've got another fish on the other rod, so I need to get this one in sharpish. Maybe they've woken up now. There you go. Number 2. Happy with that so far. And he's pretty much spat the hook in the net, which is good. 2 in the net now. Half decent sized ones as well. By Jersey standards, they're not like the Guernsey lads get them, like 6 and 7 pound. I'd probably have to bring my heavier setups for that, I dare say. Weeds sliding down the line on that one, and you can actually feel it in the kayak as well. It's like a rubbing feeling. So some weeds just got caught on that line there. It's just sliding down. But there's a bite on this one. Oh, is he gonna go again? A half decent bite. Nice worm bait ready to rock. And the other one I've been doing is razor clam or razor fish and lug cocktail there. So that's 2 nice baits ready to rock and roll. probably not been a very explosive video, this one, because everything's happening when you least expect it. And the fishing's not been particularly brilliant. I mean, I've lost three fish, I presume all giltheads, and landed 2, which I suppose you could say is not too bad. But that third one, it might not have been a gilthead, it could have been a bass perhaps, because they're renowned for doing it, or even a little smooth hound or something maybe. Oh, that's a bite on this one. Pretty sure that was a bite. Pretty sure that was a bite. This one here. I'm hoping it was. We're due a bite. Yeah, that looks a bit bitey. That's bitey. That's bitey. Go on. Something there. Yeah, it's definitely a gilthead. Oh, bite on this one now. Bloody hell, right now it's all going off. Right, so we've got one on the right, I think. Let's just see which. Oh, there we go. Camera's a bit better now. Hopefully you can see both the rods. Getting bites on both of them now. Out of nowhere. That one's on. Whoa. Yes. Wow. Okay, I think this might be a bit bigger. Oh, that didn't half go. Oh no, the other one's got a fish on. Need to get this in quick. Feels like another good one. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes, 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 yes. Yes, that is the one. Whoa. That is the one I've been after. Oh, I'm not even messing around. That is the one I've been after. Woohoo! Check that bad boy. Oh, that's a good one, that. Let's see if I can unhook him. I know the other rod's going as well. Right, there we go, that one's done. Right, I need to get this fish in the keep net and get the other fish in. Oh yeah, boy. That's a better gilt. Oh, that's a good one. I'm happy with that. I don't mind if I lose that fish that's on the other rod. I'm happy I got that one. Right, fresh bait going down now. And this one here, I only just dropped it a little bit, so I'm going to go for the same again. Didn't half go well, that one. What I'll do, I'll get this one rebaited, chucked out as per usual. Out of razor fish now, so it's literally just going to be worm baits, big worm baits. Just bait elastic in the worm as like a sausage and just chucking that out because it's staying on the hook better if there's any crabs around. So well, we've got probably about another hour left, but if these bites continue I might stay out a little bit longer. I'm getting a bite on this one. I'm not going to pay too much attention to that because I reckon that one's going to shoot off before this one does. This one's definitely got a bite going on. There is a little bit of weed on the line as well, which is slipping down, but that's not weed, that's a fish by the looks of it. Don't know if he's on or not. Doesn't feel like it. I think there's a few little giltheads in and around the oh no, I'll drop that back down for a minute. Let's see what happens. Probably come straight back onto it. He's not trashed the bait already. There's a little bit of weed on that line that's it's just slipping down the line, and it makes like a rubbing. It looks like a bite, but it's not. it just, the rod bounces back every so often, it just vibrates on the tip, and all that is just the weed rubbing down the line. But that there, that's definitely a bite. Go on, there we go. There's another one. Feels like another good one. Much easier on these bait runners. Don't want him to go around my other line, that's the only thing. He's not in the other line. Is he a good one? Another nice one. Get the net ready. Oh my god, this might be bigger than the other one. Yes! Oh, ho, ho. I think he's bigger than the third one. They're getting bigger and bigger. Woo! Oh my god. Oh, I thought this was going to be a shocker at the start of the morning. Oh, and now the other one's got one. I'm going to have to unhook this again really quick. Ah, he's just spined me. Forgot I've not got my gloves on at the moment. Hook out the net, because we might need that in a minute. Woohoo! Doing alright so far. Chuffed with that. Right, getting a bite on this one still. Only a little tap. Gonna leave this one out the water for a minute. Just got a spike in the finger from that gilthead. Just missed an absolute screamer then. Had the GoPro on, I'm not sure if it caught it in that, but yeah, so we've got one on this one, I think. Or a bite developing anyway. Bites are so prominent that hard to figure out when you're going to get them. When you get a few in a row, that's when I usually strike it, or if it's just going off. Oh, fish on that one now. Oh, it's all going off. I think these are the smaller ones that are coming through now. I'm hoping you can see everything on this GoPro. I've had to spray it down because everything's a bit steamed up. There we go. This one's back on, and that one. Which one do I go for? Which one do I go for? Just want one of them to just go straight over, and then you know it's on. That one looks like it could be a smaller fish, but it didn't have to go before. What I might end up having to do is just fishing one rod, and then concentrating on one rod might be a little bit easier. Yeah, it's smaller giltheads, I think, picking the baits up. I think it's smaller giltheads that have come through now. You can see it on black bream as well, they do that. They come through, there'll be like 5 or 6 of them, they'll pick the bait up, there'll be 2 or 3 of them with it in their mouth. Which I captured in one of my underwater footage videos last year, which I might actually do for the giltheads. Now I know that they're here now, I'll get some underwater footage if I can, because it'd be interesting to see how they're feeding down there. But I'm just going to fish one rod, I think, for a little bit and see how it goes. If it goes a bit quiet, I'll put 2 out again. Oh yeah. Definitely got a fish on this. Wow, I think it's a load of weed as well. It's a little bit smaller I thought it would be. Not even going to net this one. I think these are the smaller ones that are coming through. They're still not a bad size. These are like last year's. There we go. Smaller gilt. Get chucking back this one. A little bit of blood coming out his mouth as well, but he's gone back all right. So just going to fish the one rod for now. So I'm a bit flexible where I can cast. I'm just going to lob this one straight out in the middle. Just there. The weeds died right down now, so it should be super easy. Fingers crossed. There's obviously going to be some moving on the bottom as well, but hopefully we're all right. Here we go. I reckon this fish is on because there's hardly any bait on it. Yeah. There we go. Again, I don't think it's a very big one. He's not bad. Not as big as the others. Get him in the net though. Hey. Yeah, he's a keeper. But I'm going to keep him because he's bleeding quite a bit before. He's in size, well in size. He's probably the smallest one of the keepers though. Out of all of them. I don't think he's going to go back. He's bleeding quite a bit, so yeah, he can go as a couple of fillets for the table. Oh. Well, it's been quite a session. Fishing one rod now, just to use up the last bit of the bait. Oh, we've got another bite on this one. I think he's smaller. Don't have to put a scrap up on these lighter rods. Oh, just quickly show you him. And then lob him back. There we go. Smaller one. Coming in thick and fast. I've only got a little bit of bait on that. I'm just going to lob it back out. Not even going to check the hooks on it. I reckon they'll get one straight away on that. Well guys, I'm pretty much on my last bait. I've got another little spare one there. So last couple of casts then. Oh, no, missed him. Wow. Thought I had that one then. Better put the camera there. You see? Oh, yes, he's on. Yeah, that's a 2-pounder, maybe more. Oh, just need to sort this line out. Right. Probably about £1.5 actually, but I've got a few now in the thing. This one seems like good condition, so gonna chuck this one back. Pretty good condition. Nice little black mark on the fins there, on the tail fins. Got a little bit of blood coming out of the mouth, but it's not in the gills, just in the mouth. And yeah, one more bait to go, and then I can pack up, head back in. It's been a great session. I hope you've enjoyed it so far. You never know what's going to happen on the last bait though. You never know. I thought this one was a good one, but yeah, it's smaller than I thought. Anyway, chuck this one back and get the last bait out before heading back in. Well, the last bait seems to have gone down a treat. Got another one hooked up now. Don't think he's a big one. Another small one again, I think. Another little small one. In fact, it's not even a gilthead. It's a nice black bream. It's quite a nice black bream actually. Oh, there we go. He's the survivor. He was going to go for tote bait, that one. Oh well. Ah, oh, never know, might catch him when he's like 3 or 4 pounds. Oh, brilliant stuff. Well, that's pretty much all my bait gone now. So looks like I'm going to be heading back in. I hope you enjoyed that video anyway. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. That'd be much appreciated, and can't wait for the next session. I'll catch you in the next one.